First off, I want to say thanks to everybody for coming out. You know, it's always great when we get together like this. Just drives the energy up through the roof. It's been really crazy busy the last couple of weeks for us with the Beachbody stuff. You know, with game plan events here, and then some of the people went up to New York. Kim and some of the crazy people here ran the Ragnar relay 2 weeks ago. If you guys don't know what that was a 12-person relay that started on a Friday morning and ended Saturday afternoon. They started in Cumberland, Maryland, and ended up at the National Park. 201 miles.
Oh,
Yeah. So pretty nuts. So, you know, we've all had a lot of stuff on our plate. I'm sure that you have too. So that's why it's really great to be able to get back together and connect with stuff like this. I know not everybody here is a Beachbody coach, but I'm going to talk about that just a little bit, not too much. If you're not a coach already, and you've got any kind of questions about it, this is not really the place. We're not going to go through a business meeting or anything like that. We're not going to try to sell you anything here. Really, we're not going to try to sell you anything at any point in time. But if you want to find out more about being a coach or what that's all about, talk to the person that invited you, or talk to the vast majority of people who are around you, because a lot of us are Beachbody coaches. Along that lines, the only other thing that I'm going to say is Beachbody is really pushing us and driving us in this area to start to bring more big events like the game plan event. They want to have, you know, different leaders come out and talk to us at various times throughout the week. And in the first quarter of next year, they want to set up another big event. Now, if we can put together throughout one calendar month, October being one of them, throughout the rest of the year, any one calendar month, if we can get in this whole region, and that goes from Philly down to Richmond, Virginia, if we can put together 600 people at stuff like this, business meetings, at group workouts, all this stuff, total, Beachbody will send a celebrity trainer out. Right now we're trying to get Sean T to come out. So tell your friends, bring people, get this stuff, pack the rooms. You know, not only just to drive the energy up, because it's just so much more fun.
Do I count him as one or half?
That's a full one.
In training, in training.
I'm heavy.
So we need to really fill these rooms up and everything. And like I said, not only just to try to get a celebrity trainer here, but because this is how we reconnect with each other. And I've always said, Beachbody's biggest, the biggest thing that they have going for them is not the amazing programs like P90X or Insanity, and it's not the trainers, and it's not great products like Shakeology. You know, all those things are wonderful, but it's everybody here. You know, it's the community. And being able to get together and drive the energy up and to have a lot of fun, to sling sweat all over the floor and all over each other and everything else, and just have a lot of fun doing it, and help other people do the same thing. That's what Beachbody has going for it. That's what drives me as a coach. Nothing is better to me than to get an email from somebody that says, you know, I'm so glad I flew with you 3 months ago and you got me started on P90X because I've lost 30 pounds and my resting heart rate has come down 20 beats a minute. My cholesterol is down. I'm off of these medications. You know, those are the things that should be driving us on, you know. That's what I love about this. This is all about, like Carl says, people helping people. So the more we can get people in here, the more we're going to help other people. And they're going to achieve the things that we've all achieved through these programs. So that's as much as I'm going to say about that. About today's workout, it's not my fault. I didn't do it. This one's all on Maya. So when you wake up tomorrow morning and your butt hurts really bad and you're just totally worn out, that's all Maya's fault. Push yourself to your limits. To your limits. But understand that word, limits. Don't go beyond that. When you exceed a limitation is when something's going to break. We don't want anything broken in here. We don't want anybody with a knee injury. We don't want anybody with an ankle injury. No heart attacks, you know. Go to your limits. Know what your limits are, but push right up to it. Because if you don't, if you just cruise through, you're not going to gain the benefits of it. You know, if you just let yourself sail through something, you know, and you don't challenge yourself, you never grow. That's what's going to help us all grow. there's a great book out, and if you haven't read it, I highly recommend everybody in this room read it. I think that this should be required reading in high school. It's a book called The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. And what it talks about is the philosophy of compounding results. It's doing a little bit every day. And you have a choice every day on most things. You know, you can do something that's going to be a positive and something that's going to be a negative. Take fitness, for example. It's easy to work out every day. It's not easy to get through the workout, but it's easy to make that choice. Yes, I'm going to work out today. Or no, I'm not. It's just as easy to choose that you're not. And if you work out today, you'll feel better afterwards. But when you look in the mirror, you won't go, wow, I'm super fit today because I just worked out. You know, and I wasn't before. But if you don't work out, you won't look in the mirror and go, holy crap, I gained 30 pounds in one day because I didn't work out. Tomorrow, when you wake up and you look in the mirror, you'll have that exact same thing. You know, if I don't work out today, I'm not going to be fat right afterwards. And if I work out today, I'm not going to be super fit right afterwards. But over the course of a month, by not working out and making the bad choice and being on a slight downward curve, you might have gained a pound. And you think, well, okay, I will have gained a pound. And over 6 months, I will have gained 6 pounds. No, that's the problem. Over 6 months, you won't have gained 6 pounds. You'll have gained 12. Then over a year, you'll have gained 20. And then over 2 years, you'll have gained 40. Because it compounds. It doesn't just go on a linear thing. And that's the same thing with business. It's the same thing with doing work. It's the same thing with doing schoolwork for your kids when they're in school. You know, I mean, it's really easy to not do a homework assignment. Trust me, I know. When I was in high school, I did none of them. You know, but it would have been just as easy for me to get those little assignments done as opposed to letting it all pile up. It's like our mothers used to tell you. You know, when you make a mess, it's easier to clean up that mess than to have another mess and 2 more and 3 more and 4 more piled up on it because it compounds. And then it becomes really hard to get through. So make the smart choice every day. When you get through a day, look back and say, did I make the smart choices on this or did I make more of the bad choices on this? And if you make more of the bad choices, just turn it around. Become aware of it. You know, when you're aware of something, that's how you can change it. That's the first step in changing anything. So, on today's workout, think about that. Think, am I pushing myself to my limits or am I just cruising through? Make that choice now. Don't go beyond your limits. This is going to be a pretty hard workout. There are parts of this that are pretty brutal. Maria's put us through it, and it's, like I said, it's her fault, not mine. You know, when you come into a point where you need to take a break, it doesn't matter what other people around you are doing. You take a break, you know. But if you get to that point and you're like, yeah, I can keep going, you see other people taking a break and you say, I have more in me, then you got to keep going. Kim ran that relay a couple of weeks ago, and her second leg, she said, was the hardest. One thing that Tony Horton says is you're tougher than you think you are. Think about that today during the workout too. You are tougher than you think you are. When your mind is saying, okay, now would be a good time to stop, what's your body really saying? You're stronger than that. You can go 1 or 2 extra reps. But if your body is saying, I got nothing left, then you got to take that break. Okay? Nobody passes out, nobody throws up, nobody injures anything today. Know your limitations. That's about pretty much all I have to say. Greg, would you come up and talk a little bit? I want to introduce one of our members. You can tell your story a lot more than I have, but a lot better.